Hey guys, Shaya here and welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm gonna do a sketchbook tour of the sketchbook. And I'm happy and excited to share it with you. This is a sketchbook from brand Tumuarta. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing this correctly. If not, excuse me for that. And I am quite happy with the end result in this sketchbook. And not only that, I go quite crazy in it. I took it with me, and the way it holds the watercolor on the paper is just perfect. On the other hand, I am kind of sad because it's finished, and I finish it on 3rd of October. Now the day of the video is making, it's 3rd of November, and it took me quite some time to make the video, and if you follow me on social media, you probably know why. I'm not gonna go through details, but now is the time to make the video, so let's dive in. One of the things I do like about the sketchbook is on the back it's having a pocket, and I love pockets. Maybe because some of my other sketchbooks never had a pocket before, and I really do like that one. And yeah, we start from a different part. So on the first page I didn't go crazy. I just add my sticker. This is a thank you sticker that I'm sending with an order from my Etsy shop. I'm gonna leave link down in the description so you can check it out if you want. And this page was made during a live stream on Instagram, and I wanted to do this kind of a transition from graphic black and white to watercolor, so that's why it's like that. And for me it's representing a journey. I talked about it on the live stream, that welcome to my sketchbook, and with paper bolts like that. I just love this kind of origami stuff, and it's kind of fitting, and yeah, it's not something wow or something like that. It's just something fun. On here, on the other hand, this is somewhere in France. I did that in an art shop, and I'm very happy with the end result. This one, I'm gonna leave it like that, was made specially as a Patreon reward for one of my tiers, and I love it. I really do like how this one turned out in the end. This is a wet on wet technique, and I do have my, you can see it over here, my ink pen, so I can give this kind of a more vibrant look for me. And over here I could actually use a bit more color, but yeah, anyhow, I hope you like it. Over here is the blue cat. I love cats. If you don't know me by now, I really do love cats, but I don't draw that much cats, so I think I have to do more cat studies. And I used again wet on wet technique, and on top of that I add some small fine lines with a very tiny brush to add this kind of look over here. This one is actually one of my favorites from this sketchbook. This oil is just so piercing with those eyes, but I really do like how this one turned out, and I made this with a limited palette. So one of the things that I am doing, and you're gonna see here in this video further on in the sketchbook, that I love to have with me at least one watercolor palette, at least with 12 colors in it, and you're gonna see it where. And I love how this one turned out in the end, because you can see the different shades, because this is kind of a gray white, and how it turns out. And I actually didn't use any, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I didn't use any ink pen, only from my signature. Everything is made with a brush with tiny details, and I really do love how this one turned out in the end because it was fun making it. Over here I have one sketch just like that, nothing special. I had an idea what I wanted to do with it, but never finished it. Over here I have a watercolor water lilies, and I made a mixed media of this one. So I had water on water, and I have different shades, and then I bought myself those watercolor markers from Stadler. I'm not pronouncing this correctly, so please excuse me for that. And they're pretty good actually, and I did add some details with it, and it turns out not so bad. It's not my favorite work, to say at least, but I just had an idea that I wanted to draw watercolor water lilies, because I really do like water lilies a lot. So yeah, over here is tally. I think I don't have a sketchbook that doesn't have at least one sketch of tally in it. I love drawing tally, and I love how this one turned out in the end. Even though I kind of rushed it, and I can see that I actually kind of rushed it, but overall I like this kind of a raw here gold splashes, and it's not that bad in my opinion. I can probably do it much better, but I just had that idea and I just wanted to let it out of my head because there was something happening and I just wanted to kind of vent. So this is my venting drawing tally, one of the reasons. Over here I have this kind of a study of building. It's not perfect, to say at least, and this one is actually used with watercolors and those markers as well. And I don't love it, but it's not that bad. Like, when I was in art school, I used to draw a lot of those kind of stuff, and every now and then I do draw some of those kind of stuff to not get out of practice, to say at least, and to practice my perspective and how to apply some of the colors to twists and to make it a bit more artistic. So yeah, that's not bad. Probably I'm gonna do it again and I'm gonna make it much better, for sure. Over here you can see this is something new, just to point out. I live next to the sea, and usually I don't draw too much sea landscapes and stuff like that, but I wanted to try something out of my comfort zone. So this summer, from the period of a couple of months, I tried something different, and this is one of the things that I did, but different, even though it's in the blue spectrum of the colors. I really do like how this one turned out, even though over here you can see that I'm having this line of yellow, because I wanted to have this at least small contrast in it. And I'll probably do more watercolor scenes. Yeah, I'm gonna do more watercolors for sure, but what I meant is to draw a bit more water scenes, landscapes, boats and stuff like that at one point. They're not my priority, but I can add more colors and more genre, if I may say, to my spectrum of drawings and stuff. So yeah, plus they're very interesting to draw and to study, and probably gonna do a bit more in-depth study of some boats, maybe ships. We shall see. But overall, yeah, this is not something that I'm usually drawing. And like I said, you're gonna see one of my palettes that I'm traveling with. This is from Neva palette or Nevska palitra. I love those colors. I love how they react with each other. This is White Nights, and this is the standard 12 colors. So I have lemon yellow, Indian yellow, ochre yellow, orange, ruby red, ultramarine deep, which is a very beautiful color and I have used it a lot, emerald green, earth green, sepia, umbra and lamp black. And I love how they mix with each other and I can have so much colors with them, and the way they react with this paper, it's just awesome. And do you remember how I said it stays flat? It does. Even though here is kind of a lifting this page, still one of the things that I do like about this sketchbook, it doesn't wrinkle. Even though I add so much water on some of here, you're gonna see further on I add wet on wet on wet on wet technique a lot, and it still holds. That's a quality of a paper which I'm very much searching for in a sketchbook, specifically for a watercolor sketchbook. Otherwise it's getting wrinkled and it's just kind of annoying, especially afterwards when I want to scan it. Over here, if you follow me for quite some time, I'm gonna do it like this by diagonal. I have drawn something similar before, and this one is made with a limited palette, watercolor palette, and some of the colors from those watercolor markers that I got with me. And this one is actually one of my favorites, well crusted eagle. I love it. I love how it turns out. It's just so cute. I love eagles, just to point out, but sometimes I feel kind of intimidated to draw them, even though I have made a very in-depth study digitally a couple of years back, and I think I shared it on social media. And this one I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to do like a color study of an eagle, but I didn't want to be just any eagle. I wanted to be something beautiful and something kind of different from the traditional, not traditional with the white head. I just wanted to be brown because I don't draw that much with the brown colors, and I love how this one turned out in the end. And you can see here the details I used the colors, and the background is just making a bit more popping up. Also you can see some of the feathers I used for this one as an addition to it. I add white gel pen for the accent over here, or maybe I just add, yeah, it's a gel pen. No, it's not a gel pen, it's acrylic paint. I remembered. But I didn't add too much because I didn't want to be overpowering. I just wanted to have some small accents, and I really do like how this one turns out in the end. Over here is the other palette that I had with me. I have two Titan whites, and I'm not sure why I have two Titan whites in one palette. I have absolutely no idea why. I will remove one for sure because I don't need it in there. And I have golden orange, light red violet, blue lake, turquoise, main gray. Main gray is one of my favorite colors before I had pastel colors from Neva palette. Grass green, ochre, white and umbra. and brown. I love those mixes together. They're very natural, and I think I have to draw a bit more landscapes or subject matter that is with those colors, because I love this mix. I definitely love this mix. They're very beautiful, and they're the way they're reacting with each other. Over here I did the mix with white with the colors over here, so I can have this kind of a pastel. So if I need a pastel color that I don't have, I can make it on my own. Usually I don't use white in my watercolors because I was taught like that when I was in art school, but now I see the benefit of it, but I'm trying still avoiding using it like as a main mixed color or something like that. Just it's not like my thing. Over here I have another study with the blue birds. I have absolutely no idea the name of that bird. Honestly, I don't know it, so I cannot tell you. I just found a very beautiful reference, and I just wanted to, make a study of it. And over here is the watercolor markers by Stadtler. I'm not saying that name correctly, I'm sure of it. And by the looks of it, they're probably German, and no, they're made in Italy, not in German. But I cannot pronounce that name. Sorry for that. And over here are all of the colors that I have for now. I'm missing several colors that I'm thinking that I will buy so I can have a full set, because a full set of watercolor markers is a very good idea, and I love to have it again to have more colors, and I can use them for different things. Like I can use them for drawing something, or I can use them as an accent for something, like I did in one of the previous ones. And I probably gonna make a separate video specifically for these browns, for those watercolors markers, but I'm not gonna spend too much time now. I just love those colors over here, and this one, they're kind of similar, at least those two, but I'm not going to go into full in-depth about them. That will be a separate video for sure. And over here I'm having this kind of a very interesting shifting from one to another like that. I always liked this idea, never tried it, and I just wanted to, like, okay, I'm gonna do it with my I have some of the new pastel colors, and this is the end result. I really do like how this one turned out, and I love the mint color. It's just so awesome. And think of it, I definitely have to buy a new one because mine is almost finished, and I use that color a lot. So I think I have to buy all those three colors, because those three colors combining together, I'm using them a lot. So yeah, over here I skipped one page on purpose. Over here I did water on water. I was inspired a lot, and I drew several of this kind of idea, and I really do like how this one turned out in the end. It's a very bright colors and so dark, and they are wet on what you can see how pigment over here is reacting and how it's spreading, and I love that in this sketchbook, and I'm so sad it is actually finished. And honestly, I love this one because it's a sunset. You can see the varieties of the colors, the varieties of the clouds, and I love it. I really do like how this one turned out in the end. And this is the last one from it. It was more like an experiment at this point, for sure, but I really do like how those one turned out in the end. And this is it from that sketchbook. And I finished another one. And I'm so happy that I finished another one. I think this is one of the most satisfying moments when I close the sketchbook and set it aside, and at one point I go through my sketchbooks and just see my different stages of life, what I was drawing back then. And actually I do have some very good ideas from some of my own sketchbooks, and probably to incorporate it in the digital art. So yeah, I highly recommend to have this kind of a sketchbook if you're a watercolor artist, because of the quality of the paper. And if you love to draw wet on wet technique, or dry on dry, or mixed media, I think this one will definitely be of use for you. And the size is A5 and you can take it with you everywhere. I just have to point out that this video is not sponsored. This sketchbook was sent to me by a friend of mine as a gift, and the moment I saw it and I saw that it's a watercolor sketchbook, I was like, my hands were itching to open it and start working with it, because I love drawing with watercolors and I love to try different medias. And yeah, so I love this one. I really do love it. And this is it. Actually, I hope you enjoyed this video and my thoughts about this brand and this sketchbook in general. I really do love it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like that, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff like projects, more in-depth stuff, and some of the Patreon rewards, consider supporting me on Patreon. That will really help me out to continue with my artistic journey. And I'm gonna try my best to leave links into the description to all of the materials that you saw: the sketchbook, the watercolor markers, the never palette ones, and yeah, thank you so much guys for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. And just like that, it goes away.